Okay, here we are back with Bob. Has unexpectedly been told that he'll be flying home solo, at least till they reach Kerbin orbit. All right. Okay, we got we got the lander on its way back to Kerbin. Now we got to get the command ship on its way back to Kerbin. No, we actually don't want to go into interplanetary space. Oops. That's probably dipping a little too low. There we go. That will be perfect. All right. His burn is about 30 minutes away. All of a sudden, I'll bet Bob is really, really glad he wasn't the guy in the lander. At the same time, oof, the command ship was pretty low on fuel as well. I was kind of counting on transferring fuel out of the lander into the command ship. This may not go well for anybody. Yep, see you on the far side. Okay. We will actually go right on ahead and use the RCS system to help. For a number of reasons. One, dumping as much monoprop. One is just a little bit of extra delta V that we aren't going to be asking our main engines or fuel supply for. And two, dumping the extra monoprop will lighten us up a little bit, giving us just that much more bang for our buck with the main engine. I don't want to dump too much monoprop because I will need to dock these vehicles together at some point, assuming this whole mission hasn't been an utter disaster. And these are the exciting things that happen, right? No one ever likes to hear the story, and it all went exactly according to plan. The end. When things go wrong, that's when people seem the most interested. Okay, we're getting close to where I'm going to want to fire the main engine. Oh no, shut down. Whoops. Hit the wrong keys. But now we know exactly how long we have to fire for. We are going to be relying heavily on aero braking. Okay. We'll go ahead and finish with the RCS system. Okay. Well, we got both vehicles on a return trajectory. Absolutely dry tanks. But the lander will be hitting the atmosphere first, I do believe. So I'm going to switch back to it and see you in a minute. All right, here we are back with Bill and Jeb in the lander can, departing the moon, and I think, let's see, we are about an hour away from escape. So we'll go ahead and time warp up till we leave the lunar sphere of influence and fly back towards Kerbin. Now, if I've done this right, God, I'm praying that I have. Both of these vehicles will be orbiting Kerbin in the same direction. And I'll be able to manipulate their orbits until they can link up with each other and dock together. And then we can finally reunite our crew and bring them back to Kerbin. So, this this is oh so totally not gone according to plan. Oh, and we've... Okay, both sets of vehicles have left. And oh, looky there. Alright, the command ship is going to hit the atmosphere first. Alright, one moment. Let me switch back to you. Hey Bob, bet you're glad you stayed in the command ship. Think you got enough fuel left on board to do this? I don't, but we'll find out. Somebody's going to survive this, surely. Oh, let's shut that off. We may need that RCS fuel. Oh, let's see. All right. So even though the lander performed its escape burn first by about half an hour, just because of the way orbits work, it's the command ship that is going to land first. It'll be hitting its periaps in about 3 hours. And we have really got to do a plane shift as cheaply as we possibly can. If these guys are going to have any hope. Yeah, we're about 7 degrees off from each other. That's huge. But we'll use the RCS system as much as we can to fix our orbit. But for now, let's just one thing at a time. Let's get to Kerbin. Okay, here we go. Oops. A lousy time to find out whether they finally added thermal heating from re-entry or not. We're already dragging in the atmosphere. Oh, but is it enough yet? See, our apoaps is already dropping. We need to get these guys in some kind of a decent orbit so they can hopefully link back up together again. I'm actually a little worried that this re-entry could damage the solar panels, which are the only things providing power. Without power, I think I mentioned that the control systems will only work for so long till they run the batteries down. Oh shoot. I was really hoping that had been fixed. It just doesn't like my video card. But that would be re-entry heating right there. You can see our apoaps dropping like a stone. No, I'll burn north. Yeah, that's helping align our orbits a little better. Looks like we have passed the periaps. So our rate of our rate of energy loss is going to go down too. Now when we get to our apoaps, depending on how low it is, well, actually I can see now when we get to our apoaps, we're going to want to lift the periaps back up out of the atmosphere because we don't want to keep dragging until we get a chance to link up with the other ship. Oh man, getting this plane change done is going to be a colossal headache. And again, we're probably going to want to rely on the RCS as much as we can. Preserve the main engine for that final rendezvous maneuvering. We only have so much RCS as well, and when it's gone, it's oh man, our planes are so misaligned. I don't know if we've got enough fuel to do this. But we'll keep trying until we've exhausted ourselves. And it looks like we are pretty much out of the atmosphere now. Yeah, it's pretty thin here, so we won't be losing much more altitude. So we hit apoapse. We'll use the RCS system to lift the periapse up so we don't hit the atmosphere again. And I might as well stop burning on the plane change. We're so far away from the descending node now that we're just wasting a lot of fuel. I'm going to hang on to that as much as we can. Oops, let's turn that off. Well, if you wanted excitement, let's see how far. Okay, we still have time before the lander gets here. Hopefully we have enough time to do this. Yeah, the lander's still moving fairly slowly. Alright. Now, we want to align ourselves that way. And our top priority right now is to just get our periapse out of the atmosphere. Nothing else really matters. If we can't do that, it won't matter if we can finish a plane adjustment or not. We have to stay in orbit. And as I mentioned, we have to save that fuel, what's little is left, for the final rendezvous. Get that periapse up. Got one eyeball watching the periapse, one eyeball watching my fuel supply. We're gonna be cutting this close. And of course we'll still need to save just enough monoprop for the final docking maneuvers. It looks like we're going to do it. We're going to lift it up enough to clear the atmosphere and stay in orbit at least. Bob is probably not very happy with his shipmates right now. All right. Well, we got Bob handled. The command ship will stay aloft indefinitely. And oopsies. Let's see. I do actually. Oops, no, wrong way. Burn just a little. Oh dear. That was horribly reckless of me. I was trying to say, I actually do want to try to get this plane change maneuver at least a little bit closer. Because if we can't align planes, nothing else is really going to matter.